Lilly. For coming to our military show.
It's a lot of guys in one room.
And congratulations on the success of Lost.
Thank
a huge
you very
hit.
much.
Huge
Thank
hit.
you.
I know you.
Completely exciting, completely unexpected.
Yeah, and you, of course, you shoot in Hawaii, which is like paradise.
Yeah, paradise with really slow drivers.
Really?
I think every paradise has its faults, and Hawaii's fault is that the aloha mentality that everyone loves so much when they go to visit is so frustrating when you're running late for work.
Really?
There is this total misconception about the road in Hawaii that no matter how many lanes there are, they're all meant for driving. None are meant for passing. So if there's 5 lanes of freeway and 5 people want to go the speed limit and they all want to drive side by side, totally all right.
Really? Now, are you a road rage, but do you give people a finger? Do you do things like that?
I just hit them, as everybody knows.
Really? Wow.
Just accidents after accident after accident.
Really? Have you had a lot of accidents?
One too many.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
In fact, recently I accidentally hit our craft services truck on set.
How do you even do that? How do you get the car on the set?
I was coming into my trailer, and I wanted to drive right up to the trailer, and the craft services guy was sat talking with somebody, and it took much too long, and I was getting impatient, and as I told you, when I'm impatient on the road, I just go, and I just went around him, and I cut it a bit too close, and the trucks kind of collided, and then I went and parked and went to my trailer and went about my
nothing
day.
happened? Did you say, I'm sorry I ran over you, craft service guy?
I actually didn't realize it had happened.
Really?
You know how you get used to things and then you just don't notice them anymore? It's kind of...
I mean, how many people do you hit before you get used to it?
Well, it's kind of like a bad boyfriend, you know? You just, after he's around for a long time, you just don't notice him anymore.
Really? Wow. Well, you know what I love about this story is not the fact that you accidentally hit the craft service truck, the fact you waited and then decided to hit the truck. Does this happen a lot?
No, correction. I decided to go around the truck and just didn't quite have the depth perception that was required to do so.
Have you hit things in the past?
Yeah, about 8 or 9 different vehicles. No, not vehicles, things, you know. Snowbanks and dirt piles and pedestrians and lampposts. And no military, though.
Yeah, you're still hot.
Now, I know you live in Hawaii, which is the spam capital of the world. And a lot of people don't know that.
Apparently.
Did you know that before you got there?
I had no idea. I got there just in time for the Spam Festival that they have every summer. And this was my first introduction to Hawaii. And then this year, when this Spam Festival rolled around, I was actually invited to be a celebrity guest at the Spam Festival because I'm such a big fan of Spam. Aren't we all, though? I had no idea. But it supposedly comes from the military. It comes from the fact that there was so much spam
in Hawaii
during the First World War,
no,
Second World War?
Second World War, it was all stored there and then shipped out to the Pacific Theater.
So you guys are to blame.
So they get used to it there. Okay. Now, you see, you seem a little too hyper for Hawaii. You're a really competitive person, aren't you?
Sometimes.
No, you see, no, I can see. Yeah?
I am desperately competitive, to the point where it gets me into trouble all the time.
Now, you had a contest with Matthew Fox, right? And what was that all about? Tell me what that was about.
Well, one night we were in a hotel room with a bunch of the other cast members, and we were all really bored. So we decided to see if anybody had stupid human tricks, and nobody did. So I ended up just raising the point that if Matthew Fox was going to be my leading man, perhaps he should earn that title by winning at a push-up contest with me. And
you mean with you? You're doing it separately?
Well, no, I went first.
Oh, that's no
fair. And I did and now I agree that that's not fair because then what happens is he knew how many I'd done. And all he had to do was do one more. And everyone knows you can always do one more if you have to do one more, right? So...
Well, how many did you do?
I ended up doing 52.
52. Now, were those the wussy on the knee push-up girl push-ups?
Do I look like I would do wussy on the knee girl push-ups?
Apparently not. I don't want to get. Hey, I don't want to get. I don't want to get hit with a car.
If I'm gonna do it, I I think I need to prove you way beyond wrong.
Okay.
How about if I do fist push-ups? Knuckle push-ups.
Knuckle push-ups? All right.
Yeah.
How many are you going to do? All right. How many are you going to do?
I'll give you 10.
Give me 10? All right, give me 10.
We've got time for 10, right?
All right, I'll watch from here.
All right, you stay there.
You want me to move anything out of the way? Okay, there you are.
How about that? Does that work? Okay. All right, here we go. I expect to be encouraged in this endeavor.
States military, our whole audience tonight. Evangeline Lilly is here, being a good sport. Yeah. Now
I would like to know how many women are out in the crowd right now.
See, you could have kicked some ass in the Marines or something.
I would love to have seen what I could do, but I'm sure every girl in this crowd could kick my ass.
But see, now, you all seem like you're game for everything. What did I read the other day that... oh, you like to eat gross things, which seems like an odd...
I think it must have started sometime when I was a kid. I think I was about 3 years old, and I had an affinity towards bugs. Right. I really like bugs, still do, like to play with them, like to look at them. Right. Unfortunately, I decided as a child if I liked all those things so much, I would probably like eating them. So I was playing with this really big slug on my driveway one day, and popped it in my mouth, and by the time my mom got out to the driveway to get it out of my mouth, it was already in my stomach.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that tends to lead to similar circumstances as an adult.
Yeah, really? Like what?
What I was referring to was the fact that just the other day, I was driving around Honolulu with my friend, and this friend happened to be male and happened to need to take a leak. And we didn't have anywhere to do that. Okay. But I had some empty bottles in my car, so he ended up going in the bottle.
Okay.
And, you know, screwed up the bottle and left it in the car.
I mean, the bottles are not... Bottles aren't very big. It wasn't one of those big, wide-mouth bottles.
But okay,
little, yeah,
but he was also really healthy, apparently, because his urine was very clear. And a while later, when I was cleaning out my car, there were 3 bottles in my car that had 3/4 full of water. And I thought, I'm a healthy person. What do I do with this? I'm going to down all of these bottles of water and recycle the bottles. So I open up the first bottle, and I start to chug. And I chug, and I chug, and I chug, and all of a sudden I think this water's stale. Oh no, this water is not stale, this is urine. And it goes all over my cardboard, I spew it all out, and I had drank at least 5 big chugs of my friend's urine.
You guys have had a fantasy going. How many brought it to an end right there, pretty much? Wow. That's good. Now, I understand you're a good mechanic, too. See, I could use you at my shop.
That's maybe far-fetched. I used to do oil changes and grease jobs on big rig trucks. So.
Now, now, this is like a sitcom on the WB. Why would you take that job?
I didn't want to be taken advantage of.
Right.
I am a competitive, relatively aggressive girl, and I didn't like the idea that some jackass in a mechanic shop could take advantage of me.
Okay.
So I wanted to learn about it, so I took this job as a grease monkey.
How'd that go, all right?
It was great. I actually, at the whole competitive thing, I got to the company, and I was the only girl in the company, and I found out that there was a company record of how many cars could be done in one day. And within my first 2 months, I killed the record.
Wow, and how many cars was it? Wow, how many did you do?
I single-handedly did 36 cars, which is including driving the car. Like, it's a mobile service. So we set up our ramps, we set up our oil pans, everything, drive the cars up. Yeah, in the coverall, the 1-ton truck, the whole meal deal. Yeah. It was a good job.
Now, if your boyfriend's car broke, could you fix it?
I could fix the odd thing. And the irony is I'm not a mechanic. I'm far, far, far from a mechanic. But I seem to date these really metrosexual men. Really? Who always know less about cars than I do.
Like, if you got a flat tire with your boyfriend, who would change it?
I would change it.
Really?
Absolutely. Wow. Every time, no fail, I always end up with that guy.
Wow, that's funny. Why is that, do you think?
Anybody have a hunch?
No,
maybe because sometimes you'd think I might be wearing a strap-on. I have enough guys.
You know something? Of all the questions I was going to ask you tonight, that was the last one. Wow. Wow.
Hey, I've got my yin and yang intact, all right? They're both there. No. No. Okay, that came out wrong. These are Army boys, right?
Yeah.
Have to be careful with that one.
Well, you got all that. Anyway, your big finale is this Wednesday, 2 hours.
2 hours.
I know you won't tell me anything. I'm not going to ask. I know you can't.
No, I ain't saying nothing.
Secrecy. All right. Well, listen, please come back and we'll have real water in the bottles and it'll be great. So, Evangeline, thank you.